Hey friends, how are you today? I've gotten a lot of questions or comments about, hey, how is our mill shed built? And how we actually put our entire mill yard shop together so we can actually coordinate and work big buildings the way that we do. Now, realistically, when I built this, and I built this by myself before Jay got here, I didn't build this for beauty. This is let's just call it a utility building, okay? And I know you guys build such beautiful, beautiful saw shed shops, and I know it goes with a lot of your houses and your barns and things like that. But we use this as actually, let's say, not a beauty part of my yard. I thought at one point we might move this or go down, bring it to another portion of property here. But we've got everything set up so perfectly that this is where we're always going to mill. And that's why we put our shops together, where we do all of our, and then back I'll show you into the tables and stuff like that. But you guys that are building your sheds and barns like that, even though you build it beautiful, sometimes forget to do just a little bit of framing. That's going to make your barn not only look beautiful, cover your saw, keep you out of the rain, but you're actually going to use it to build, and it's going to work for you. So it's going to be, I'm always going to say it, multifunctional. So it's not just to keep the rain off of you, let's say. So as I go through here, basically my opening, and that's what I needed, was I've got a 28-foot opening because I know I was going to be bringing in big, big logs. And mine is built all out of white oak. And I had to build mine as high as I did build it because I didn't want to have to think about it. And I built it to be taller than the tallest boom on my excavator. And that's how we load the logs here. We do not use our skids to load the logs. We might take the material and everything off with it, but you got a really good chance of banging your rails. It's safer, easier, faster for us. Now I know not everybody has one, but that's why mine is so tall. I know you guys, a lot of you guys have tractors. That's just the most common implement for every farmer, home farmer, hobbyist. Tractor is always the first thing you get. So make sure you got room with your bucket. So when you're loading and unloading a big log, you don't have to think about, am I going to hit my building? The only issue I have to think about is when I'm coming in, is that I can hit my knee braces. But I've gotten pretty good at navigating that situation there. So just make it a little bit tall for you. Me, I like an open building. I have so much room to work right here. I can walk around. I'm not blocked by a wall. I have 16 feet of working space that we actually use the entire thing because we always really mill two guys. That's just the reality of it. But instead of walking around and having your sawdust trapped inside a wall, I like it open. I'm all open out here in the back. This is where all my discharge goes. And actually you see it's all dug out here because sometimes I actually reuse the sawdust they have, and we've actually built a completely padded area around my saw. Now, I know a lot of you put cement down, and that's great. I work here all day, every day. So this on your feet is soft. Okay, we work a lot of times in our shop on cement, and day after day, it's a problem for you. Here, it's beautiful. I use my own material. We keep it level, good on my feet. I mean, that's just fact of it. I don't have to get rid of sawdust. I use it. I don't try to sell it. I don't want to bag it out of here. I don't even want to sweep it. Okay, another reason why we actually don't like an enclosed building for us. And here in Tennessee, I'm going to say it, we don't have to worry about snow, real wind, or things like that. I'll get a little further into my positioning, but with the back wall here, and you're discharging sawdust all day long, you're going to end up breathing it in. Now, I can't say that we don't get sawdust in our face, but with the building open, we actually also run a pretty good sized shop fan that's actually always pushing at least the small particles forward. We're not trapped inside a building. occasionally the wind helps us out. So for us, we use this mill every day, so I really just can't suck in sawdust, and I'm not a guy that wants to wear a mask or any of that. So another reason why ours was open, you know, healthier for guys that mill all the time. Okay, two other reasons, guys, that I don't have my building enclosed like this is actually this is only a 19-footer. You can see I can actually put quite a bit longer on, but we have actually passed through 30-footers and made perfect cants with our saw. So I'm not limited to a building. I'm not fumbling around with my wood. That's really the reason that that's open. Another reason is right now, Jay and I are about ready to get together, and we are going to build it's going to be basically a 36-foot long by 16-foot building that we can actually store our wood in. We just graded it out the other day when we finished the sawmill. But I'm going to have an 18-foot opening, another 18-foot opening. So actually having my mill, I can actually just pull the boards right off my mill, and in the same movement, I can sticker them into a pile, have them a place to dry. Right now, I think I got 6,000 board feet, not kidding, of wood drying all over my property, which we'll give you a quick show of that. But I need another place to dry it that's not outside. So we are really getting ready. We've cut a bunch of the timbers already. I got a couple more timbers delivered, so I'm actually going to use them to get this building made. So it's not coming out of my forest, it's basically free. So open, we can work, we can move, we're not limited. We could use our machinery that we have. And that's the reason that I built mine open. I don't have a snow problem, don't have a wind problem, I have a rain problem, I have a sun problem. And we actually built this building that is due east, my friends, okay? The sun, by the time I've tucked it into these pine trees here, we get no sun on this mill. Midsummer, right here, 4 o'clock. Jay and I could work all day, and believe me, standing in the sun or standing back here, 20 degrees difference. So we're able to mill all summer long. Yes, it's hot. We use our fan not only to blow the dust, but to keep these old bodies cool too. So positioning where you have, definitely something to think about. So I've used the trees as a wind block. I've actually positioned where the sun is going to be, when we're going to work, what we need. Us can be pouring rain. We're still milling, fellas. We don't get wet. If you get a little wet, are you going to cry? We're lumbermen.
I might cry.
What?
I might cry.
Okay, guys, for me, I didn't have this engineered. I didn't have anything. I just put this together. But me, I've got a big white oak. It's a 22-inch round white oak. It's 34 feet long. Now, I know a lot of you guys, one, don't have that kind of tree. And two, there's a lot of really cool girder setups that you can make for your mill. And I know they're 24 foot wide. So you can use that as the beam. Now, honestly, this, even though there is a big beam here, everything on my mill works off the winch. And the design of the knee brace that I put here into the top. Now, I've showed this before. We just took my winch off of my truck. Jay mortised this a hole. I've actually left it right onto my 2-inch receiver hitch. So in a pinch, if I need it, I pull the chain, slip it off, and I get to use it. Again, one of my multifunctional tools. Has to have at least 2 jobs. But we really have a knee brace going up into, and I just have an 8x8. I know it's a white oak piece, and it's balanced off our front beam here. But the actual strength of this unit is not so much in the front of the beam here as it is in this triangle back to the tree. That's where the strength of this comes. We're not pulling. You can see I'm only built a third way towards the back where this beam is resting. So this triangle is making the geometry. Now, I don't want to say that there's no pressure up front, but it's limited. It's limited by math. So my positioning in my bunk, always, you see, I'm on the inside of my saw. I've said this before. And this is so that this unit is multifunctional, that we can actually roll up logs, we can turn logs, we can deadlift logs. Now, on this setup, guys, I have actually deadlifted, meaning pulled the whole giant log straight up, and it was a 5,000-pound log. We had no movement in my building. I know we don't do that a lot. I'm just trying to give you the strength of what this unit is. And I don't have anything crazy. Now, in your saw sheds that you're building, all you got to do is beef up the center. Put yourself in a really sturdy knee brace. Ours are timber framed. I find that stronger than if you're going to put it together with metal fasteners. That's just me. I haven't tried it. Mine are jointed in. So that is the workhorse of my unit. I mean, Jay and I we wouldn't be able to mill a quarter of what we mill, and honestly, our backs would be hurting at that point. Now, also, I've got wide oak beams, and it's a standard timber frame, scenario. If need be, and I need to actually move my winch, which I have several winches, we can actually mount them. So when we're actually pulling 30-footers, I'm going to be able to have something to support this and make it move easy for you. I know it's a bear. A lot of guys have done it a lot of different ways with tractors and jacks and stuff. It's not an easy feat, but I'm going to show you how it's easy to use your building and actually be able to move your boards back and forth. Naturally, I think people have seen I do timber framing. We use this bunk all the time. This is what we do. So after our cants are made and we're building our packages, we're still using our winch system. We might cut a tenon here. I might need to get a tenon cut over here. Instead of fumbling around, we rig it up. We use our winch. This thing does 10 jobs. All I can say, I've had no problems. I've been running this for 3 years. Here's the biggest problem I got, is that I didn't put the roller Fairlane on, which I'm actually looking to buy right now. You can see how much weight has been dug through this winch. This is no joke. I've never actually pulled my truck out with it. I pulled a couple logs and things like that. This is all from the winch. So if you're gonna get a new winch, I have a cable. They make nice rope ones that work. Get a roller Fairlane if you're gonna use a cable. This one's really only good for the rope style. But I'm telling you, $400 or $500, you can get a 12,000-pound winch just like that. No worries, no straining, and it's gonna work safe for you. And that's really it. Safety, guys. The #1 improvement I've done to my sawmill shop was to actually get this off the trailer system. And you check out one of our videos, we showed you how we did it, but we built a timber frame bunk system. And actually for what we do, instead of working like this, I mean, seriously, we're old and our backs hurt after this. We are now standing up. We have a perfect work table. So not only for cutting your logs, milling your logs, you're not down here, you're not bending down. It's worked out perfectly for us. And one thing I didn't show on the video, and I didn't design this, but when you're actually using your tall pins, and the way I have my bunk system dropped is that we can just loosen these things. If we're using, we got a big log going on. Okay, here we go. I got a big log going. Now I could drop all of mine. Boom, boom, boom. It's gonna be at 3.5 inches. We're gonna have a lot less of this run-in on our post because Jay and I actually know we don't cut under 4 inches with the big pins. We pull them out right there, slip our bad boys in, and it's ready to go. So it's actually made it a little quicker for us instead of measuring and making sure what you got, you know what you got. So that was a surprise, but hey, Some surprises are the best.
I love the way that works out.
It works
Does
out,
work
Jay.
out. It really does speed things up, I'm telling you.
I want you to think, did you really think I thought of that in advance? No, it's perfect, no. So I always said before, when you're working with two guys, this is my side of the table and I'm responsible for everything over there. And this is Jay's side.
Hey, you're on my side.
I am on your side today. But what worked out awesome with this higher bunk, he can actually maneuver, work the pins, also maybe help me sometimes if he gets ahead of me, which he does every once in a while. So I made an improvement. I turned my toe boards around so that he's responsible for the cranking. I call out the number, he gets the cranking. It just works well with his timber training because he's still cranking on the regular, you know what I mean. So it's worked out better for our backs. It's worked out better for both of us being able to work over here. It's worked out better for me because I was able to pass one job over to Jay that I don't have to do. So
Thanks, Dan.
you're welcome, bud. Another cool feature when you're timber framing is leave your pegs long. I've got places to hang all my blades. And for us, I know, these are my oak blades. These are the ones we sharpened. These are another set of oak blades that are sharpened. And then we keep the rest of our stuff over there that Jay hasn't got it to pointed yet. But the timber frame pegs, I don't have to put up any hangers. And frankly, other than looking cool, it's got a use to. Okay, guys. And honestly, you see how clean this is right here? This is how Jay and I mill all the time. I do not have racks and I don't store my cutoffs or my slabs and I don't cut them into firewood because, guys, I've got more firewood that I can't give away. So for me, it's a product. I've tried to save them. I was going to use them on buildings and I had 9 trailer loads of the stuff, and quite frankly, I just need to get rid of it. So Jason and I always have a fire burning back behind the kiln, and as we're actually cutting our first log, we're taking off our slag wood. We're just throwing it right here in a pile. As my excavator comes in, we drop a new log. He picks up our slag wood, brings it over to the fire. So it's just a rotation. I'm not fighting with chunks of wood in my face all day long. But I do know that you guys like to cut it up for firewood. You guys might not cut as much as we do. So I don't know how much of a problem it is for you, but for us, it's a massive problem. And I just find it easier to keep everything burning, get rid of your slab wood that you know you're not going to use, and make it easy on yourself.
Plus, it's easier to get your tractor, in our case, a skid loader in, but we can come in with
And
a tractor
we can
and load
work.
it.
We're moving all day long. We've got our skids, they're coming in. We're cutting our boards, we're loading it off. It goes in, log comes in, drops off, cleans our waste. It's all done in a rotation. I'm gonna have to put a video together of actually how that works because it's very simple. And I know you guys don't have multi-machines, but maybe you do. And if not, you could use one machine and figure out how to make all that happen. But just keep yourself a clean area to work. You're not thinking about tripping. I got logs to clean up later. You're cleaned up as you go. I find it easier. I even cut every time we do a board. Here, come around the back, Jay.
Coming around, Dan.
See, we didn't even get to these because we actually thought we might need to use them as planking because our system is so good here. As Jay's cutting the logs, I'm just able to pull them down. They fall into place, out of my way. I'm still working here, okay? A lot of times we drop down the wood that still needs to be edged. The end of each rotation, we just pull. These are big boys now. That's why I kept them. But we just pick our 6 up, trim our material, get it on our Tukahachi, and get it out of here. Or, soon to be in the new building, stickered up. One less process. So that's how we do it. We try to work with a little speed, thought, and not as hard. We try to figure out how to do all this hard stuff as easy as you can. So hopefully that helps you guys.
Easier is better.
Easy is better, Jay.
Yep.
Okay. Another reason that we don't have an enclosed building for us, Jason and I do not just mill lumber into dimensional lumber and sticks. We actually process this stuff. We make siding, tongue and groove material. I think we have pegs in there that we're working on right now. So as we do it, is we can pull our boards right off. This thing, you're making decking boards that need to run through a planer. I actually pull them in. My shop design, which is really the Sawmill support shop, is what I call it. Now I know there's a lot more machines in here now. We're just getting this place set up, but the design was all thought about of actually processing and what we have to do. So just say we're making deck boards, a tongue and groove that's actually going to run through one of our machines, right off the mill, right onto our rollers, past these two radios into the, now guys, I'm going to stop for a second because we just got this ridiculous industrial machine, and it is going to make some of the coolest tongue and groove. It's a planer and a three-way cutter here. And I actually got this, I don't want to say pretty cheap, but I bought a bunch of stuff from a retired man's shop. And this thing, our next project, and we're only halfway cut through with the board, is we have got 5,000 2x6s that we're going to turn into tongue and groove ceiling material for our next building. But to get back to that, we'll get this up and running. We'll show you what I had to do in this shop to get this stuff to work here. But we would pass right through. We might come into this machine right here. We might be doing a third side. So if we're doing flooring, we can actually pass right through this machine. Out the back door again, we'll have our skid steer setting right here. We come through our machines. As it comes in, it's loaded, stacked. And that material is ready to go back up to our tables where we actually work. We'll do the final finish on them. We'll put the stain on them. We'll pack them, and we'll get them ready to be used. So this was all thought out as one gigantic, long work tunnel. Now, I know everything looks like a mess. This stuff just got here. I haven't even made my doors on the building or finished the trim because we got a couple things going on at the moment. But we're gonna get that done. And this stuff we'll show you as we actually process it. It's actually pretty cool for two guys. Okay, so right by the mill, guys, we have, this is our work table here. And really we built a, it's called a cantilever. It's really for your barbecue or something like that for somebody's outside. And really, you could get the plans on this stuff online. It's no problem at all. But this is our work table. This is actually my welding table. I don't want to tell you, I've had this forever. I've moved this thing so many times, and it is ridiculously heavy. This is what we get to work with. So if we've actually got to fix something on our mill, Jason likes to keep his coffee and donuts all over the thing, but this is a perfect work table. I have an excellent, actually, vise over here, and we could do welding work on it. We could fix bearings. We could do things like that, but it really works for us. Now we do welding. We're not good finish guys, but we know how to fix tractors and stuff like that. But I couldn't throw that table away. You couldn't make that table.
How much that thing weigh?
It weighs, my friend. I don't know, but I put it in a U-Haul and that thing came across the country like this. So I don't know. I'm able to put, I have an anvil. I mean, this is a 90-pound anvil on this thing. I could say again, ridiculous. I love it.
You feel better now after?
I feel much better, dude.
Want a bigger hammer?
I feel like hitting it again.
Hey, go ahead. You want a bigger hammer?
Well, get me a bigger hammer, dang it. That's always, that little wood trim hammer.
It's substantial.
Okay, guys. Right up from the mill, you see right there in the backyard, we put ourselves together an 18-foot by 32-foot work table. Now, originally, I actually put this together because it's just much easier for me to do my timber framing. I'm going to build my entire building across this thing. And it's actually turned out, again, I'm going to give the multifunctional. We put all of our, if we're actually doing tongue and groove flooring, we can put a sea of wood on here for us to get it stained, get it finished. Right behind the table where I told you This is the fire that I normally keep burning when we're milling. I say this table's been here a few years, the wood's getting dry. We might have got a little aggressive last week because we caught fire to a couple of our posts. But if you actually look, this thing, we're gonna actually remodel it. We're gonna add one more length. So this thing is going to be 40 feet long. Our next building, we have structures that big. And I like to put the whole wall across it. So we're gonna pop these off, which again, timber framed in here. We'll put new posts in, we'll add new posts. It's about time it got leveled because guys, I have beat this up. I can't even imagine how many pounds of wood, logs this thing holds. This is where we work. We don't have a shop to work inside. We don't build one piece, put it in the pile, build a piece. We build the entire unit. So maybe you don't need something this long, maybe 2 or 3. Depends on the projects that you're doing and the land that you have and the space that you have. Me, I got tons of space. So this works for us right next to our kiln. So we could actually take wood directly out of our kiln, put it directly on our table, stain it, finish it, or whatever we have to do. So what great, great, great idea. Used it forever. I don't have to move sawhorses around. They're always set up, always.
I'll try not to hit the new one with the skid steer.
That's okay, Jay. We'll make it big enough. I'm gonna try not to burn it. Okay, the last building that we have up in our mill shed now, which I had to build pretty quick myself, and I did, let's say, 2/3 of it myself. Jay helped with this side over here when he got here, and that was awesome. But I really just threw this thing up because I needed to get my crane out of the weather, keep our material out of the weather. There's actually usually more things in there, but as you can see, I've got wood products everywhere that we have uses for. So our new wood shed down there is gonna eliminate this problem for me. I could keep more of my equipment under cover, safe, while we're working. And if need be, we got extra storage. So I'll go through the whole building at a later time, just giving you a little shot. It's a 36 by 36 foot shed, basically. Monitor barn style. And hey, I hope you guys had a really, really great time. It's a nice shed, Jay.